Hey folks, Chris here with Jarvis Outdoors. Out in the shop today, continuing on with our muzzleloader accuracy series. If you saw part 1, you saw that I suggested to stop and start over with consistency if you were having muzzleloader accuracy issues. So the way I do that is I start by cleaning my barrel. Now that being said, you're out at the range, you're getting your large inconsistent groups, you're just not happy. So what you need to do is stop, clean the barrel, which will allow the barrel to cool and will also allow your mind to clear while you're doing this process, and will hopefully get you on the road to the accuracy that you desire out of your gun. So what I'm going to show you today is how to clean the barrel, and it's how I do it. You don't have to do it exactly this way. You can use it as a guide, but what I can say is you should always follow the manufacturer's instructions on how to clean and care for your weapon. So I'm going to show you today how I clean my CBA. So the first thing I like to do is I start with a good quality cleaning product. As you saw in the first video, I started using the T17 products from Thompson Center, and they have seemed to work really well for us, and we're getting the accuracy out of this gun that we want. So the first thing I do, take my ramrod, or if you have a dedicated cleaning rod or something that you would like, take it. I've taken this, I've added the extension cleaning jag on here, and the first step I do is take a pre-saturated cleaning patch. Now this patch is pre-saturated with T17 black powder bore cleaner. Good quality cleaner. You don't have to use T17. You can use any quality cleaner, but I would suggest using a black powder cleaner. So what I do is I take and I run several patches up and down the barrel. And what you'll find is when you get to the bottom of the barrel, closer to the breech, you will find that you feel some resistance. Now what that is where the load has charged or been fired at. That's where it exploded, basically started at, and it leaves residue in the barrel there. So run it up and down 2, 3, 4 times, flip the patch over a couple times if it's not dirty. Now this gun is clean. I've already cleaned it at the range, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go through the whole process. So first patch will come out really dirty. Second patch will be a little cleaner, but I do the same thing. 2, 3 times down. 1, 2, and a third time. Then I flip it over. So the only reason I'm flipping it over to the clean side is because that's saving on patches, saving a little money. You could really go through them pretty quick if you did a lot of shooting, and as I do, I swab in between every shot, so when I get back to the house or I clean at the range, the gun's really easy to clean. So that was the second patch. So by the time that you get to your third patch, you should really start to see a difference in the bore, how they're coming out. They should be much cleaner. So up and down, flip it over, it's been good. Drop that one on the ground. So one last one for good measure. So this would be the fourth patch. And like I said, if you're using a good quality propellant powder or pellet, by the time you get to the fourth patch, especially if you've swabbed in between shots, your patches should be coming out looking like that. Perfectly clean. You might have a little bit of grain to it, but that's pretty clean. You're not going to get much better than that. So the next thing I do is I want to get all the moisture out of the barrel, so I take a dry patch and I run it down. Same thing, 2, 3, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, pull it out, flip it over, and what you're looking on this patch is to get the moisture out of the barrel, and it'll also be a good guide to how clean it is. So by the time you get to your dry patch, this is all I want to see on my dry patch. I see a little bit of the blue from the bore cleaner, and that's getting the moisture out of the barrel, and there's no powder fouling on that whatsoever. So you know you got it good and clean. So the next step I like to do is I take a pre-seasoned or pre-saturated seasoning patch. Now these are T17 muzzleloader bore seasoning patches, and I like to run them down the barrel, same thing, just one, and I'll do it 3 times or so, flip it over. And now what this is doing is this is coating the barrel with this bore butter, or as T17 calls it, Natural Lube 1000. Same thing in this tube is on these pre-saturated patches there, and it's it helps to prevent rust during storage, and it also seasons the barrel. It's kind of like a cast iron pan would be, and you season it over time. And what you will see eventually over time, this bore butter or natural lube will soak into the barrel, into the pores, and it will actually help with loading and make it a little easier to load. So as far as the barrel goes, I'm now done. I've run my pre-saturated cleaning patches with black powder bore cleaner down it. Like I said, 3 or 4 patches till they come out clean. The more you clean it in between shots, the easier it will be to clean for storage. So after I've done that, once again, the dry patch goes down, gets the moisture out, and gives you a good gauge of how clean the barrel is. And then the last thing we do is the pre-saturated or pre-soaked seasoning patch, and run that up and down a couple times. So now the barrel is clean. So in part 3, I'm going to talk about cleaning the breech plug, and I would say that the breech plug is probably one of the most overlooked areas of cleaning a muzzleloader by most muzzleloader hunters or shooters out there. Probably 90% or greater don't clean this the right way. So that will be our part 3 video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like our videos with a thumbs up, and hit the little notification bell if you'd like to be notified of new content. So thanks for watching, and watch for part 3 coming soon.